I really didn't want to make a video on the events that are happening right now because you've heard it all before with everything that's going on with COVID, the movements going on, specifically the Black Lives Matter movement and a lot of LGBT movements that are going on. I didn't want to have to make a video on this. In fact, my plan was to never talk about this because in the past I've had some pretty controversial opinions on things, but I did something today that made me completely change my mind and want and kind of need to make a video like this. It's something that happened today. I was just driving past Sequoia Elementary School in Santa Rosa, California. Just driving for the sake of driving, not really going anywhere, doing anything, just driving for the sake of the drive. And I went past this high school or elementary school, I think it is. It's Sequoia Elementary School. And I saw this old man picking up a bunch of trash there, like what I thought was just trash spewing around the high school or the school's fence area. So I made a U-turn. I turned around and I stopped because I wanted to help him out pick up the trash. I was wearing my mask. I was wearing gloves, because staying safe and all that. But as I was getting closer and walking towards him, I noticed that it wasn't trash that he was picking up. He was picking up a bunch of signs and posters and artwork that kids younger than I did, it seemed like, made. A bunch of pro LGBT, pro BLM, pro movement posters. Apparently, some guy or a group of guys came by the elementary school and just trashed all of them. There was like 90% of the signs were torn up and just trashed all over the place, and it made me very disheartened to see that because that's not okay. You don't take young people's artwork. I don't care if you don't support the movements or support their beliefs. You don't see me coming by and ripping down a bunch of Mormon signs or a bunch of atheist signs or evolutionist signs. You don't see me doing that because that's not okay. Taking down a bunch of signs and ripping up a bunch of artwork that these kids spent time on. And it was kids' artwork too. And I saw on the wall that was still hanging up, there was this one kid's like artwork. It looks like he was like 6 or 7 years old. It was just a cute little boat with a red sail that had a heart on it, and it was ripped up and on the floor. It's it made me very sad and made me rethink a lot of things recently about everything that's been going on. So I helped this old man get all of these posters that were just strewn all over the ground. We collected them, we put them in the back of his car. He's going to try to repair them and bring them back. But I stood there after he left and I went down to the local Safeway that was right next to that high school, and I just bought a bunch of duct tape, and there were just like 5 to 10% of the signs were still kind of hanging and like drooping on the wall on the fence, and I took them and I just taped them back up so people could still see this artwork, and it made me just really sad, honestly. It made me very angry and very upset at whoever did that, that you went out of your free time, went out of your spare time to take down, rip up, and destroy a bunch of people's own stuff, their own beliefs, their own artwork, too, because that's what it was. And there was Black Lives Matter signs, LGBT signs, transgender inclusion signs, all this stuff. And it was just destroyed. There was no saving it. He tried. He's going to come back probably and try to put up a bunch of those signs again, but it... I don't even really know what to talk about. I got everything off my chest, but I guess it made me rethink what I stood for in a way. And one sign that was still hanging, barely, that I was able to tape back up, kind of perfectly illustrates now the way that I see what's going on with this world. And it was, in quotes, I understand that I will never understand, but I will stand with you. And that's how I now view everything that's going on. I now understand that I will never understand what people are going through, whether you want to believe it or not. I understand that I will never understand those things, but I will stand with you. I will be your shield. I will be your friend, no matter who you are, race, religion, color, creed. I will be your friend. I will be there for you and be there to protect you if ever needed be. And at the end of the day, that's it. I really needed to make this video. Although you've probably seen a million videos like this, I needed to make this video saying that I stand with these protesters. I stand with these people who are standing for Black Lives Matter. I stand with the people who are standing for LGBT rights, trans rights, gay rights, lesbian rights. All things included, I stand with them. I stand beside them, and I will from now on. And it's something I hope I will never give up. My fight and their fight until they get what they need. And that's about it.